lovely Cancer, thank you very much for tuning into your April reading with me, Lorien. It's an absolute pleasure to bring you these readings every month. And we're using the Druidcraft Tarot deck today. And I'm going to be pulling a rune from my little rune bag over here, just to see what kind of information comes through. But this is a general reading for Cancerian Sun, Moon and Rising sign. So if you don't get the messages that you anticipated, maybe try looking at your other aspects just to see if they make sense to you. And also, if you do want a private reading from me, I am available for private readings, and you can look at the link below for all the readings that I offer, as well as support me on Patreon. And becoming a Patreon, you can actually get access to all the other readings that are available. Whoa! Now, there are too many cards there, so let's have a look and see what is coming through for Cancerians in April. This seems to be good for you. Oh, I think I've had my deck upside down. 7 of Cups. Yep. 3 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. And 7 of Swords. Let's just mosey on these down, okay. Alright. Let's see. So what's coming up for the Cancerians in April? I'm just going to have a look and a listen and see if anything really jumps out at me here. Now, it kind of concerns me that you have a 7 here and a 7 here. It's kind of like you start off the month going, oh, I really don't know what to do. And then, yes, I'm going to work. Okay, I need to balance this out now. Oh my God, I'm exhausted. I've just taken on too much. That's what it seems like to me. Please don't burn the candle at both ends, Cancer. Please don't. I do feel that. I mean, you've got a lot of water here. You've got a lot of water here. Very stormy seas. You also have a lot of water here. I think that this basically means that you have room to grow, and your emotions may be a little bit up and down this month. I'm not going to lie. We are going to be in the sign of Aries though, so it could be a little bit to do with that. Overall though, it seemed like it's quite a positive spread. Don't let people influence you. That's what just seemed to come through to me. Do not let people influence you. I think that somebody may be trying to kind of influence your ideas. But let's start with this one. So the 7 of Cups comes along saying that you may have too many choices, too many decisions. You may feel like you've exhausted even all your options, but you haven't. But I do think that you are exhausted in some aspects of your life. Like, you don't seem to get it right sometimes. Now, the aspect or the kind of imaginary version of getting things right, I think, is too pressurizing. So this here seems very much like you're dwelling too much over past and not enough on the present. These may have sunk without a trace. Yeah, your efforts previously may not have actually been received in the way that you intended them to. Look what you've got there though. You have 1 still going. You have 1 still in play, and I do believe that you should be focusing on that because that seems to be very important for you. The fact that there's a lot of earth here as well, which is quite grounding for you, and a lot of the basically the hard stone and everything. I think this basically shows that you need to ground your energies. You may be feeling like people are tugging on too many strings, like your emotional strings, anything, and you might be feeling like torn in various different directions. But I do think that this is very important for you to recognize. If you have had disappointments in the past, make sure that you're not just buried them. This can go for love, opportunities, whatever. If you're worried about it, or if you still have these kind of weighing on your mind, please deal with them, kind of push them aside. It may also be that the things that you've actually tried to do to resolve a situation haven't worked. But I think this is mostly to say you are going to focus on this now. Ignore them, just focus on this. Once you do that, it seems like you're okay. You're working very hard. You seem like you're getting recognition for your efforts, but make sure that these aren't paying too close attention to what you're trying to do. And by that I mean make sure that they don't seem to pressure you going, change this, Oh, no, 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 you shouldn't be doing that. Change that. I don't like it this way. 3 different people, 3 different opinions on how you should do it. You are the master of your own creation. So again, this can apply to anything. Again, even like in the Scorpio reading that I was just doing, you know, somebody said to me, "Oh, I don't want you to focus on love. Focus on anything. It's, you know, it's love all these tarot readers know." And then somebody else in the same post said, "Please focus on love." You can apply this to any aspect of your life. It's not my job to kind of teach you the meanings of the cards or actually focus on particular things. This is the theme of the month, and if this means work, if this means love, if this means buying a new pet cat, if this means anything, all it means is do not let people influence you. Do not let them guide your decisions in whatever aspect of your life, because they will have very different ways of what your vision is. Your vision is unique to you, and you will see it done. That is the point of this particular card and this particular reading. They want you to take care of yourself. They don't want you to really bother with everybody else. They want you to pay attention to your own visions and how you can actualize that and make sure that seems to come through. You know, it feels as though there's a very strict application of effort that you're doing here, and there's such a determination from you here as well that it really carries forwards. But again, they don't want you to feel like you're burning the candle at both ends. They really want your energy to be preserved this month. Now the Two of Pentacles comes through saying, again, a bit of balance. You may have just come through stormy waters, or you may be tossing and turning between which decision to make or which route to take. I would say that there's quite a unique point of view coming from this. For instance, the only way that this woman seems to be looking is forwards, not backwards. It may be something that happened before. So she needs to carry on looking forward. She doesn't need to pay attention to maybe the destruction in the wake there. But I do feel that throughout any choppy waters, no matter what happens to you in April, you will be able to focus on the things that matter to you, and you will have to include yourself as one of them. So don't matter if, you know, somebody tries to guilt you into coming to a party at 3 a.m. or whatever it is. If people try to guilt you again and influence you, try and ignore that. I feel also that, you know, this person's very connected to emotions, but also it's almost like having things up in the air. A little bit of, I don't know, kind of like, well, sod it, and just kind of throw it up in the air. You know, don't try and give up just yet. Try and manage this. Try and maintain this a little bit more. And I think you'll be pleased by the results. But again, I think this is less of an actuality and more of a warning. The Seven of Swords comes in just to say, you may be applying too much pressure to yourself. You may be having a lot of your energy wane here. Typically the Seven of Swords is that image of, you know, that person exiting the tent with all the swords and trying to steal something. This is energy being stolen from you for all these responsibilities kind of being placed on you that you alone have to sort out. This is educating yourself, but not to the extent of actually burning yourself out. So I really hope that you're able to kind of manage that. Again, it's not a bad month though. I mean, I know I say this, you know, and people laugh, but it's really not a bad month. If you can actually maintain your energy and get hope from this reading, it's not going to be a bad month. None of it is saying you're doing crap, change it. It's just encouraging you to get it done, because there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's encouraging you to maintain your own vision and actually say that, you know, you can do it. Don't give up on it, and don't do this, you know. Don't let them get you down, because you're doing fine. And that's why I say it's not a bad month. You know, it's just kind of warning you that people's influence may be a bit OTT. So let's have a look and see what Freya's runes have to say for you. I'm just going to pick one, and then I'll see what kind of information comes through. Okay, there are 2, so I'm just going to have to pick these 2. Let's see what they are. So we have Dagaz, which is new beginnings. Oh, and we have, gosh, what's this one called? Tiwaz, which is about authority. So, right, yeah, this is basically saying that this is about breakthrough and having an awakening moment, trying to maybe embark on something new which could be relating to that, and maybe you're concerned about which way you try and change it. And I think it's just kind of saying, please don't worry, because with 2 hours, this is honour, this is leadership, this is the authority to do it. You have the voice and the knowledge enough to say no, and you also have the knowledge to know what is going to be best for you personally. So don't let people kind of jump around and go, nah, 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 nah. Just try and distance yourself from that energy. And I do feel that you will actually get the benefit of that. It could be a controlling partner or a friend, a family member, person at work that's trying to get you to see things from their way or the highway. And I think if you listen to them, you'll probably get the headache from hell, because you'll have more responsibility to try and kind of build upon. This is trying to say to you, please don't listen to that. If you can at all, just please ignore what they're trying to say and just move on from it. You are fine. You got it, basically. You've got this, Cancerians. I mean, whenever there's a water in a water sign reading, I always try and see it, the nature of it. I think it's basically maybe the calm before the storm, but it just seems like it's a little bit of, because we are in Aries, so there may be a little bit of impulse around you. Try to kind of move that away. Try and kind of just distance yourself from it. And if people are aggravating you, don't worry, it will be resolved. Try not to take it too on board. But that seems to be everything for now. Let me know, of course, what things are going for you. What do you have planned for April? What do you think this is relevant for? Is the people trying to press you down, or, how do you plan on handling people like that? Let me know how this month is going to go for you, or is going for you in April. And also, I wish you the very best of luck. Again, thank you for commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing, everything. It really does mean the world to me. And also, if you would like a reading from me, I am available for private readings at the link below. Also, look on Patreon as well if you want to get involved for the extra readings. But in the meantime, I wish you all the very best, and I look very, very forward to hearing from you. Take care. Read for you soon.